Hello everyone, my name's Claire and I'm going to demonstrate how to make this mask today. This is a fabric mask made with sewing. I think it's a good basic sewing project. I've been trying out a lot of patterns lately and this is my favorite one so far. It is good for beginners because it just has a few seams on it, and I think it's really easy and really comfortable. So it has two pieces of fabric, the front fabric and the inside lining. It has two channels that this one length of cording goes through, so it pulls through like this and it's used to gather this up. And it's got two darts at the nose and the chin that give it just a little bit of a shape. And I think the nose darts are actually a lot more comfortable than the nose wires that you see on other masks. And I think having the cord go around the back of the neck and then tie at the top of the head is also really comfortable. So I am very excited to share this pattern with all of you. So first we're going to talk about the basic skills and equipment and materials required for this project. You will need to have basic beginner level sewing skills. You'll need either to know how to stitch by hand using a needle and thread, or have access to a sewing machine that does a straight stitch. You will also need to have a cutting implement and a measuring implement. So basic scissors and a ruler are fine. If you are a sewer or you have access to a sewer's materials, you can use sewing shears or a yardstick or a tape measure. If you happen to live with a quilter, you might have access to a quilter's ruler and a rotary cutter, which will let you cut fabric very quickly like a pizza cutter. But no matter your implements, you are going to use them to prepare your materials. So for your materials, you need to have cording that is about 45 to 50 inches long. And you can use any kind of cord, like a drawstring from sweatpants or a shoelace. This is made using an old t-shirt, and I'll demonstrate how to do that because it's super cool. And you also need woven fabric. You'll need two pieces and they should be 11 inches by 6.5 inches. And before you use your measuring and cutting implements, you want to pre-shrink them, run them through the washer machine and the dryer, or wet them and iron them with a really hot iron first so that you know that they're not going to shrink after you make your mask. And you're going to choose cotton fabric. I have fabric that is pretty tightly woven, and I know that because it's not see-through. And I know that this is woven because when I tug on it, it's not very stretchy, and also when it unravels with these straight threads, both going crosswise and lengthwise. And I also want to choose two different kinds of fabric so that I can tell which is the front and which is the back. Okay, so to make the t-shirt rope, you need to cut a 1-inch strip from the body of a t-shirt. And you can see that I've already used quite a bit of this t-shirt. This happens to be a t-shirt from an old family reunion from several years ago that I never wore very much, so it's a good candidate for this. And the main things when you're choosing your t-shirt is you want to choose one that doesn't have a seam down the side, so that it's like just a tube of knit fabric. And you again use your measuring implement to estimate about 1 inch and your cutting implement to cut your 1-inch strip. So when you do that, you're going to have this like fabric ring, And this is the cool part. You're going to stretch it. So you stretch it out until it kind of turns into like a little noodle looking thing. And I'm going to stretch it a couple different ways so that I'm sure that I've stretched it all out. And then I'm going to use my cutting implement and just snip once to turn my ring into a cord. And then I'm going to knot the ends. And I'm going to move that, and voila, I have t-shirt rope. So now we're going to prepare the fabric for sewing. So I have my 2 rectangles, and I'm going to put them together, right sides together, so that I see the back of the pattern here. And now, if you want to, you can put in straight pins to hold the 2 pieces together as you sew them together. And you also have the option to add a little bit of a curve along one of the long lengths. I like to do this because I think it makes it fit a little bit better on my face and probably other people's faces. It is optional, but if you want to do that, you use your measuring implement to measure down about a 1/2 inch and just kind of eyeball trimming it along like thus. Then you're going to sew this using about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. You'll notice that I am not using a lot of precise language because this is a pretty forgiving pattern. So this is what it looks like after it's sewn. For sewing, I start about 1 inch from one of the corners along the narrow end. I sew to the corner and then along the long edge and along this short corner and then along this long edge that I have put a slight curve in, and then just another inch or 1/2 inch along here. And I do this so that when I turn it inside out, it's a little bit easier to turn these edges under. If it's easier for you to just sew to stop at this end and this end, that is fine. So once it's sewn, you notice I've got some extra threads, and it's okay to just leave them since this is going to be turned inside out or right side out. I am going to trim my corners, being very careful to not cut where I've stitched. This again is not an essential step, but I think it makes it a little easier to get the corners good. And then one of my favorite parts, because it's like magic, is I'm going to turn this inside out or right side out, more to the point. So I'm going to turn this right side out, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time getting my corners to look cornery. And if you want your corners to look sharp, you can use something like a chopstick or other pokey but not too pokey implement. And I'm going to use my fingers to kind of push this little curve. And I'm also going to use my fingers to finger press this and make sure my raw ends are folded under nicely. And then I am going to take this to the ironing board and I'm going to press it flat, and then I'm going to decide which side I want to be my front. I'm going to choose the pretty side with the butterflies. So I'm going to put that face down and fold it in, again, about 1.25 inches and iron this down nice and flat on both sides. And this is going to create the channels for my rope. So then I'm going to bring my rope out, and since I have a top, I want my I want to start down at the bottom, and I put my rope or my cord in the channel here, and I'm going to sew about a 1/4 inch in like this, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. And remember, this is still open, and so when we sew this, it's going to close that for us. And then we're just ready to make 2 more seams. All right, so I've sewn my 2 seams along to create my channels, and I just have a couple more steps left. One is, you can see I've got all these sort of threads left from sewing on the machine. So I'm going to pull the threads through to the back side of the mask and tie them and cut them. And I'm also going to get ready to make my darts. So I'm going to fold my mask so the right sides are together. And I'm going to put in 2 darts, one at the bottom and one at the top. And again, these are not super precise, but we're going to start about a 1/4 inch from the top and also go in about 1 inch. So you're going to make this very thin V. And on the machine, I'm going to start stitching at the bottom of the V and sew all the way to the end, and then backspace and go all the way back. And that reinforces the stitch, and it also means that I don't have threads hanging off the ends of my masks. So I did that so you can see the darts. And on the front, what it means is it just has a little bit more shape so that it fits more snugly around your nose and your chin. And I trim my threads, and then voila, I've got myself a mask. Okay, so I finished my mask, and now it's time for my favorite part of sewing, which is to try on the finished product. So to put this on, we're going to turn it so that the good side is facing me and the rope is, this part is facing up. I'm going to put it on like a halter top. And then I'm going to pull the ropes up and kind of snug it around my face and gather it, and then tie it in a bow or a knot on the top of my head, and voila, we have ourselves a mask. And then I like to hide it under my hair. You can wear it any way you like. You can see the darts here and here make it fit really nicely, and ta-da! So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it helps, and I hope you have happy mask making. Thank you very much.